Today we've got a flight review on the Freewing F-5 80mm high performance. It's got the 1920 kV 9-blade end runner. It's a common motor that they use in a lot of the 80mm. Good performance and great on efficiency too, so it gives you good battery life. Especially with this bird needing to keep some speed up, especially through the turns, and ride a little bit more power, you will consume a little bit more, and that motor definitely helps out with that. Let's take a look at the equipment we've got for today's flight review. We've got an SMC 4400 LIHV pack. We've got the KCRC performance analyzer to give us our top speed. And we've got an AR620, which is mounted underneath here. So we won't have a gyro for this flight, and it's just a sport receiver mounted to the top. We've also got the Freewing afterburner set up for today. And something on that SMC pack that I really like, you get a higher output as far as milliamps, so you get a little bit longer flight time. And the weight on it, really nice for going lighter weight. It's just under 600 grams, so it's good for a smaller, higher wing loading bird like this one. And also you'll notice where you CG at neutral on this plane, that battery strap sits right smack in the middle. I've got the elevator rates by the book, 70, 85, and 100 on triple rates. And then I've also got the ailerons, actually half of what they call for in the book. If you have the rates turned up to the book specifications for ailerons, you definitely want to put some expo on them, because this thing will roll like a drill bit. Overall, look at the bird. It's very scaled down, doesn't have any lights, doesn't have any gear doors. I mean, this plane is built for speed and maneuvering. So that being said, let's get this F-5 in the air and put it through some paces. A little bit of headwind today. The plane lifts out nice and easy. When you go in that first turn, you want to stay in the power and be easy on the elevators. Bring it down. Anytime you go in a turn with this plane, don't try to make it turn. You do, like that right there, get on the power and ride that thrust through the turn. You'll notice this plane power to weight, awesome. You take it up and over the top, right back down. And you notice right there, the wind try to catch it a little bit, because we don't have that gyro in this, so we got to take and factor the wind when we fly it around. Bring it back towards us. That's fully power off. It'll glide a little ways, but you can't ride it for level flight. That afterburner is showing up a little bit today. As I mentioned, that's the Freewing. Now I'm going to turn around here and do a heat check, and in the post-flight review I'll put the top speed in the bottom right hand corner. This plane definitely get a little bit shorter flight, because definitely want to stay in the power more. Like right there, I brought her in quick since she got in the power. However, for such small wings and everything, it's a good flying airplane. Definitely not a beginner jet. We ran it around pretty good. We're going to bring it around, do a gear check, like right here. Let that nose come down through the turn. We got 3 in the green. Get on the downwind. We're going to go ahead and put the flaps in. Get it set up for landing. Put the nose down a little bit. Completely off right here, and the wind will slow down nice. We're going to add a little power back. Set it right down. So you can see it'll glide a little ways, but you definitely want to be conscious of your speed when you're coming in on final. You can see how when it slowed down into the wind, it dropped down quite a bit. Get back on the power. You don't have to jam it, just open it up a little bit.
Up. Throttle cut.
Now we've got the Freewing F-5 high performance back on the ground. Let's take a look at the results. First thing, let's check the battery. I had it on a 3.5 minute timer. I came down with 30 seconds left, so I was 3 minutes on the throttle. And for most of the flight, I was between 60 and 80%. That being said, we were in the air for about 4 minutes total. Because I have a secondary timer set up to show the total flight time. So if you take a look at this readout, we're at 52%, which is 386 a cell. So right on storage charge. And looking at the radio, like I say, we had 28 seconds left on the timer, and that was actually a 3 minute and 45 second flight from the time we first hit the throttle. So going over some of the characteristics of the plane, you notice went right down the center line. This plane does have good ground handling. One thing you want to be aware of is if you do have the rudder turned up, and you know, depending on your expo, it can be a little touchy on the ground. However, the stance that it does have, it does handle the ground speed fairly well. Another thing is the top speed on this bird. I'll put that in the bottom right hand corner. We got 118 miles an hour. That was on the pass where we came down, went across the deck for a heat check, and that was level flight. So 118 mile an hour level flight with the stock setup and a SMC HCL-HVP battery. You notice go around the turns, you want to be on the thrust, especially if you've slowed down and you bled off some of the speed when you go around. And if you're going to bank these wings and get in a high bank, then you definitely want to be on the power and have the thrust pushing it through the turns. Definitely maneuverable. The rates, it's got plenty of authority if you crank it up. So overall, awesome bird, fun to fly. You know, after getting some flights on this thing and really, you know, checking it out, I'll definitely say that it's one of the trickier birds to fly, but at the same time, it's one of the most rewarding. Speed, obviously, it's got a really nice top speed, and you still get good flight times. Main thing with this bird, keep it light with a high milliamp battery. So I appreciate y'all watching today. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it. If you want to see future videos, subscribe to the channel while you're here. I appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you on the next one.